2010 Hyundai Accent needs an alternator. Here's how you do it. Quick like. First of all, jacking up the vehicle, I'm on a slight incline, so I'm using a chock block and lifting it here, right on the front of the frame, right there. Jack stand on the pinch weld for safety. We're gonna remove battery cable. $12mm bolts for the skid plate, if applicable. This one's broken. This is where you'll need to access this bolt here from underneath. It also has a screw apparatus belt tensioner, which you will need to remove first.
All right, people, so you're going to have to remove that oil filter. So you might as well change your oil while you're in here. As much as I wanted to avoid it, there's no way around it.
You can also get away with reach the screw. Yeah, if we don't lose all our markings. Again, using my same 12mm wobbly here. And without a lift, it's going to be a lot easier if you pull this tire and that little shroud in there. One up there, they're both. And with that out of the way, you have access, easier access to this screw over here. And then that bolt there. You can see where I dropped my socket. Square screw there. You're just gonna wanna kind of move this around. Again, always good to take pictures. You know exactly how things go. This is pretty easy, but you know what I'm saying. Pictures are your friend. The best way I found to do that, used a little extension and my tiny hammer. And there's a little keyway here. So yeah, you got this nice little hole right here. Ah, not a lot of space, man. And you can that bolt the top of it, and don't damage the threads. Just gotta be very careful right there like that. And then I hit it this way, right, with my hammer, and it pushes it out just enough to grab it from the other side. Yeah, the other side of that oil filter. Thanks for putting the oil filter there, Hyundai. That's great. And then you can see how far that guy's come out. And just pull it loose. Like that. Okay, and we are shaking these loose. There it goes. Just got to move it back and forth off of there. There we go. Okay, then we got to pull our pigtails and get this guy out of here. Another 12mm, 13. Okay, and we are shaking these loose. There it goes. Just got to move it back and forth off of there. There we go. All right, we got a little, this guy needs to be cut right there. Yes, as it turns out, you will need to remove the oil filter. Oh yeah, there it is. It's out of there now. Just try not to beat up those threads as you pull it out, you know what I'm saying?
A little longer than a few minutes later.
The weather has taken a turn for the worse, but we're gonna get this guy put in there. Easy peasy. So this is the part where we dial this back so we can fit it on there. All right, so you gotta dial back this guy, and then we will adjust the tension as we do.
it was such a beautiful day until all of a sudden it wasn't. So basically putting it back together, I put the bolt through the alternator with the nut on it loose, and then slid it down into the channel there at the bottom. Then I put the tensioner on the top, put the bolt through it. Then you tighten up the bottom because there's a bushing in there that will cinch up and make it tight, right? As long as everything's lined up. You have to have that top part in to line it up. And then you dial back the tension until you feel the belt has just enough tension where it's not too loose and not too tight. It'll squeal either way if you don't want it too tight especially. And put your pigtails on and you're done. Easy peasy. If it's not hail and rain and you're freezing and wet. Don't forget to subscribe, and why not watch another video? Stick around!